Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So the idea of doing this interview came after the main events actually that are ongoing in Romania in the last months, and events that are connected with like the general political situation. And indeed, it's a period of great instability after the cancellation, like the invalidation of the general elections. And correct me if I'm not wrong, but just very few days ago, the president of Romania uh,
Step
also
down. Yeah,
stepped down,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Just give me 2 minutes and I'll just jump back in one second.
Yes.
Okay, back,
Okay.
back. Um, yeah. So yes, just a few days. The President Giovanni stepped down uh, under pressure that he will be fired, and now we have an interim president who was the chief of the Romanian Senate, and we are looking to a new round of presidential election in May. The beginning of May, we'll have the first round, and then the second round a week later. Yeah.
Mm. So yeah, the first question basically is if you can give us a picture, the broad picture of the what is happening now of this unprecedented situation in Romania and the cancellation of the elections. Which were the reasons? We know that are also connected with the stepping down of the president now, and yes.
Right. So in December, we had the first round. In actually last year in November, we had the first round of election. That in the beginning of December were cancelled by the Constitutional Court. That decided that the election need to be stopped because of massive manipulation done via social networks, especially via TikTok, and also alleging there were foreign interference. Before the cancellation, before the Constitutional Court decided to cancel the election, there were several reports from different bodies, different agencies, um, secret service agencies in Romania that mentioned also interference, election interference, not specifically saying outright that it was Russian interference, but hinting towards that. Recently, there were um other developments that indicated that uh, there might have been the election interference might have been partially from Russia. Until now, still the Romanian authorities did not present like very precise information on how it was done. We'll still expect more information to come. There are criminal investigation ongoing, and we look forward, to understand better uh, why what was the clear way that the election was interfered. But yeah, that's the main that was one of the main discussion that we had an extremist candidate that said that um, he had no he spent zero money on campaigning, but still he was able to get the most votes from the first round. And what we could see that there was um, evidentially manipulation on TikTok. This is something that we documented. There are reports from foreign agencies now from France showing the same type of conclusion that TikTok was was weaponized uh, by this candidate.
Yeah, what I was reading about it is that still the information are not really clear. Uh,
Yeah,
the
yes,
basis of the decision of the Constitutional Court, and that's why the president was led to stepping down. Or
well, it's not not quite like that. Indeed, the reasoning of the Constitutional Court was brief, saying that saying that there was a lot of interference, actually done also by via artificial intelligence, with the help of artificial intelligence. The president actually stepped down because there was an imminent possibility that he would be fired, he would be suspended via parliamentarian procedures. So actually, that was the trigger of uh, of this of this his decision to step down. Anyway, the he was in a prolonged mandate. So he already had finished his term, and because of the cancellation of the election, his mandate was prolonged automatically. That's also something important to say. So it's not like he was still in, in his usual term. He should have been replaced with the new president in December last year.
okay, thank you. Yeah, I want now to go more to your personal or situation about if you can explain us a bit like the investigation that you were conducting, you are still conducting about that are precisely on this topic of the manipulation, the weaponization of social media during the campaign, and how
Yeah.
this then got into like a personal attack on you.
Yes, we are actually even now under attack in these days, and I'll get to into that a bit later. So, basically, at context, we investigate this information for the past 2 years. And what we uncovered was that in Romania and in the region, there is there is a huge interconnected platform that is putting out an enormous amount of disinformation. Namely, there are conspiracy theories, pro-Russian narratives, all sorts of fake news that are pushed uh, towards the public by operators that some are making money of this, some are gaining political power. So it's not just one explanation. And last year we started investigating the behavior of on TikTok. And what we found out was that extremists are weaponizing TikTok. They did it during the European election, and we could see that it happened during the presidential election while we were, covering the Romanian presidential election. We did also an investigation about another candidate, not the extremist who won the first round, another candidate, the former second in command of NATO, Mr. Mircea Joanna, who about whom we were able to show that one of his campaign manager had business, very close business, with a Russian businessman that visited Crimea at least 10 times, and all sorts of other Russian connection. After we published this, Mr. Joanna, who was a career diplomat, person came out with a vicious attack, perpetrating fake news about myself as a reporter and about context. He said about me that I was involved in a plot to assassinate the former prosecutor general in Bulgaria, which is, a conspiracy that was cooked up by Bulgarian tabloids in cahoots with shady people. So that was one of the episodes. Recently, we are now accused of being part of the conspiracy that stopped the Romanian election. And this is new. This is in the past 2 weeks, and this allegation come from um, also people who put out conspiracies and pro-Russian narratives, and they are saying that because we wrote about the TikTok manipulation, that was an argument for the election to be cancelled, and that because some of our funding come from US, we were part of this huge international conspiracy. Obviously, there is no evidence to that. There is the arguments are just preposterous, and this is the thing that we are dealing with at the current moment.
Thank you. Thank you for explaining us a bit what is going on and what kind of attacks are reaching you from these political factions. And I want to ask you a more like journalistic questions, like what
Yeah, for
kind
sure.
of methodologies are you developing, are you employing to analyze social media, to analyze TikTok, and this, how are you facing this kind of um, of topics as a
Yeah,
report?
this is an important line of research that we are doing. So, during our investigation on this information, we figured that we need a new approach, not going and doing the basic debunking the showing, just showing that um, 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 like um, an information, a video clip is containing fake information or disinformation or misinformation. So we decided to use follow the money techniques and investigate who are doing that and also to employ technology. So, one of the things that we are always doing when talking about this information is to track down the financial side of this, to track down who invests money, from where the money is coming, and who benefits in the end from the fact that the minds of citizens are manipulated or polluted with um, false and bad information. So, and
Attila, I lost you.
second, just a bit. Okay. Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. So, we investigated the websites in Romania, in Central Europe and Eastern Europe that were pushing disinformation. And then we moved to social media platforms, uh, like Facebook and Twitter, and those were well easy and not easy to analyze, but because there were more text based, we were able to use different ways to analyze the text. But then TikTok came very powerful in the past years in the region, and it's probably at this moment, if not the first, probably the second most popular social media platform in at least in Romania. We needed a way to analyze the content there, and TikTok is video based, so we figured that, and it has a huge amount of content. So with developers, with AI developers, we created a unique tool that is able to analyze the TikTok videos. And this tool is determining if a video has disinformation or not. It is obviously, it was created with a lot of input from, and it's created with a lot of input from reporters and reporters who are trained into fact checking and trained into tracking down this information. So the tool, it's not a simple AI, but it's a complex system that uses human input, a lot of human oversight, to analyze large amount of data. So we can analyze tens and tens of thousands of TikTok videos and determine if each and every one, if it contains this information, and then to have statistical data. So at the current time, we analyzed over 150,000 videos, and the system is showing that TikTok it systemically allows disinformation to exist on its platform. The algorithm is rewarding people who are putting out disinformation. And this is something that we want to make sure that the public is aware, that different authorities are aware, because it is weaponized. It was weaponized in the Romanian election, and it's weaponized all over the EU.
Yeah, thank you. It's very, very interesting tool for sure to uncover the manipulation of information and the production of fake news. Um, so yeah, the next question, maybe you already mentioned a bit, is about how social media are threatening the democratic processes and civil society in general. And
Yeah,
and
what would I add is the fact that our investigations in the past 2 years that we conducted regionally in Central and Eastern Europe show that social media algorithms are rewarding extremist content. It's not just one type of extremist. Whatever extremist and radical content it's put out there, which most of the time, almost all the time, contain disinformation and fear mongering or hate mongering. These algorithms are are rewarding or pushing it into the public, and this is systemic. It's done deliberately, and we engaged the social media networks, and they are not willing to take action. They are minimizing this impact. They actually do not want to protect the public against this. And it's also the principles of these companies and networks. They are calling themselves social networks, but actually they are e-commerce platforms, and they are treating users like a product, and the attention of the users is the product, and whatever they are doing anything and everything to capture and have more of this product, namely the attention. So it's something that we need to realize, that the tech companies that have these platforms, they are not interested in promoting things like democracy, pluralism, diversity, and things like that. They are not. They just want to sell, and they want to capture the attention of the people and weaponize it to whomever pays. Think of the fact that we showed that in Romania, one extremist political party was created over 20 fake news website, and they were paying ads on Facebook with public funds, ads which would promote disinformation and political propaganda, which is not permitted. You need to announce that you are paying for political propaganda. They are not doing that. They were boosting Facebook posts saying that those are public information done by real websites. Those were fake websites controlled by a single person. And Facebook agreed and took the tens and tens of thousands of euros from public funds. And even when investigations like from Context and other entities show that they did not react, and that infrastructure is still there, and we are battling a wave of disinformation with just a few resources. So yes, algorithms are attacking basically democracies because they are the tech companies, they are not interested in democratic values, because then civic activists, tech activists, investigative reporters will look at their business model, will show the wrong things that they are doing, and then the state would need to act. So it's a war against civil society from these tech companies.
Mm. Very, very interesting this analysis. So we could say that these kind of platforms are like promoting polarization in general, fake news for sure, but also they are working like they are treating people as like basically.
Merchandise, yeah.
Yes,
Eh,
exactly. Like a like a mere market and economic like profit
yeah.
reasoning. And so for sure now like the public debate is becoming like a matter of funding TikTok videos promoting fake news, and this is threatening the like the let's say a proper what could be a what should be a proper public debate. Um, but I want to ask you about also about freedom of press, because on the one hand there is this attack that is a kind of threatening the public debate and democratic processes, but also these platforms and the people behind this platform, also the politicians that make profit in term like also political profit out of it, are clearly also attacking what we call freedom of press. And your example is clear on this, but it's something that is happening like also
Eh, eh, eh,
in other European countries.
in other European countries at the global level, if you look, Elon Musk is campaigning against shutting down the media. He's doing everything that he can to shut down the media because as mentioned, a proper media, independent media, free media will be the one that will show the injustice, will show the corruption that is happening in the society and in the business world and in the tech world. So that's why like politicians or these techno oligarchs that we see now around the world. They are weaponizing these platforms and they are helping extremist politicians to get into power so they can write their own rules. This is the thing. They want to get to the seat of power to be able to write their own rules and legislation that obviously will render them more money, more power. So it's um, um, again, nothing to do with social justice or economical justice or fairness in the world. It's about more money and more power.
Yeah, this is clear also in Italy, for example, like genuine and invest true investigative journalist is becoming something more and more rare, more and more under attack, and the feeling is that like real and genuine journalism now is becoming a pioneer job. It's more difficult than in the past. And mm, I want to ask then what is the role of journalism today and how also coming to the S Info project, how can journalism and civil society build a coalition to fight back uh, these attacks?
Well, we need to be now resilient more than ever when we see that autocrats are reshaping the map of the world. And one way is to join hands with experts from other areas. Like we are working with developers or other type of activists. We need to, share resources, share knowledge, create this the ties that are based on the same values, like freedom of speech, all the rules in the democracy. So we need to act like a bit of in a guerrilla style, like we have a few resources, but we are very capable, and what we need is to be effective, tactical, and resilient. It's gonna be a few years of very hardship, but if we apply and we exchange the skills that we know across the civil society sector, I think in the end, I do have the hope that we'll get out, we'll get out somewhere on top. But it needs to have a lot of solidarity and to understand that this is a fight for the core principles of democracy, that we need to go and do it day in and out, and it's going to be for a few years. So it's not something that will be able to resolve, this year or next year.
Yeah, thank you for these words. Yes, we have clearly the feeling that after the election of Trump and Musk, actually, that this battle is just
Yeah,
at the beginning.
well said. The election of Musk, and
Yeah,
yeah, that's actually the thing that uh, these techno oligarchs got hold of the power, but nobody elected them. They bought the political power with money and with the help of the algorithms.
yeah. Mm, thank you. So, if you have something to add, otherwise, I think that we are also done.
No, I would add that projects like the S-Info, where we are able to create this cross sectorial and cross border networks that that are making us more resilient. this is one of the things that we should definitely invest more, because it's this is the way how we protect the values of democracy.
Yes, yes, for sure. Also, this is the way that we can protect ourselves from
Yeah, in
the
the end, definitely.
attacks. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much for your reflections. Were very interesting and to the point. The time that we are all living, and yeah. So I will fix the interview and then share it. If you want to take a look before the publication.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you.
And yeah, thank you for your time. And
No problem. Anytime.